in the discovery and these motherfuckers still here. Y'all no. No, y'all don't understand contract.
Right.
They don't understand contract. It's about to get ugly.
Yeah, it is. Because they're going to have to account for some things. They know that. They're going to have to account for a lot of the shit that they did. And how do you account for raping and pillaging the whole fucking earth?
You can't because
The
it was
earth,
all a business
for real. And they and
the
they hide
whole time.
they hiding under the word colonization. But if they break that down, they see that there can be nothing good about that word or the mission or the God who told them to do that shit.
Nope.
So where who are they getting
Nope.
their instruction from? And this same God is supposed to be just a shared God, shared. All everybody can worship this God, even though that God has a chosen people. We just gonna
Yeah, you know the Pope.
make ourselves be chosen
Yeah.
by somebody.
Yeah, the Pope then gave all the other when they supposed to do some kind of religious rite on that day.
But
The king's coronation. All the other religions supposed to pray for the king too. That means even the religions of the people
who's the
who
king?
oppress,
Who's the king?
they Charles, I guess, his coronation. I
That
say
dude
so.
look
The
like he's
Pope
having a
give.
hard time. I don't think he
Listen,
like
they
his
all
job.
be having a hard time. My
I don't
point
think he like
is
his job.
that the Pope gave the higher ups of all other religions a job to do. How is that possible if y'all all separate?
Right. And some of those Christian religions don't want nothing to do with the Catholic Church, and they don't know who the Pope is for real. Let me tell you something, Salima. The first time
The Pope ain't up. Oh, go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
my oldest memory of the Pope is when I was a kid and I was watching TV, and he must have been some big event because none of the soap operas came on, and every channel was showing it. And so, like, I'm just looking at it, and he was supposed to be giving a speech, but the motherfucker was asleep. So imagine me as a child, like 12, 13, sitting in my living room cracking up, like, who is this motherfucker supposed to be giving a speech?
Oh,
He
Dusty.
clearly,
Oh,
clearly sleep, snoring, sleep. Like, who is this dude?
listen. I remember when Pope John Paul came here and he had the brigade and he was in the thing standing up. They was driving slow and he was behind a bulletproof glass. And he was here in the city of Detroit. This shit was so fucking hilarious. Oh man, my father, who was a Muslim, man, they was cracking the fuck up. They was like, they better keep that motherfucker behind that glass.
Oh
I
my
was
goodness.
like, damn.
And,
He
and
in the
why?
city of Detroit. And
And
you
why?
know they couldn't wait to make us the murder capital world right after that shit happened.
And how many times did y'all get to be murder capital? But listen, what could the Pope have done to make somebody want to shoot him? Right.
Corporate
The Vicar of
entities,
Christ.
all corporate
Yep, the
entities.
Vicar of Christ. He should go out the same way Christ went out. Same shit.
Woo!
Same shit. Go get
You
a
you
tree.
the voice of your God? You the
Yes.
voice of your
Yes.
God?
Go down like him.
Mm,
Yes. Go get your
God is.
go
I
build your
say
cross.
all of them should go down like him. Everyone that run every one of
Build
these institutions go down like your God.
and build your own fucking cross. Build it and bear it.
They
Wherever.
make they make us wear our cross every day. We in this
Oh,
bullshit. We bearing the cross of this bullshit, ain't we?
I
Why
promise
can't they do theirs? Their cross bearing would be shorter than this bullshit. Like what you say, the Amalek, we've been fighting them generation to generation. How many crosses, how many generations of crosses has that been for us to bear?
Yeah, and
This wouldn't be.
they should announce it. They should send out a bulletin so everybody can come see it. You know,
Wow.
and they should do it themselves.
Wow.
Take your own responsibility. Let the people know that you are aware that you raped and pillaged our ancestors for no reason, no good reason, no bad reason, just because of your nature, and that's why
And even
they should all be hung on the same damn cross, same shit. They can get up in 3 days if they want to, but let me see them nails.
I see a black person get up before I see any of them get up. That's for sure. But the truth is, and I'm sick of these future generations talking about how we should get over it because that happened in the past. But y'all still living on the wealth of
Right.
the greed of your people of the past, the
Yes.
wealth, the chaos, the murder, the rapists. Y'all still got a good genetic. You think they? You let me tell you something. You think they just put out them DNA tests? You think them people ain't looking for those that from their genetic bloodline
Right.
to help them with some of that malfunction stuff they got going on?
Yes. Yes.
Let me tell you, when I say they mapping our realm. They looking for you. They looking for anybody that could fix that. That's why they always
Yeah.
CRISPRing
And
and
that's
whatever
why
else the hell they be doing.
I stay the hell out of hospitals. Because believe me, they checking, they looking, they looking for. They so gung ho over Henrietta Lacks cells. There might be some more powerful shit than that. I
It
swear to God,
is.
I'm low oxygen. Explain to me
They
that.
they already doing the carbon catching. They already doing the carbon catching.
I know.
And
Barack
see,
Obama
I,
said they
I,
were going to do that. Obama.
right, but that's in the United Nations. That's the United Nations, and that's why I said we got to get off this religion. The religion is keeping us distracted from what they really doing to us in this realm. That's just fucking backpedal talk. Let's
I
get to
don't.
the nitty gritty. Fuck all this topical religious conversation.
I don't see how they're still getting away with it. Everyone knows if they really are tracking us and what we're saying on YouTube, they should know that the cat's out the fucking bag.
But they
Everybody
don't
knows
care
that.
because the point is that I love to say this, but I hate to say this at the same time. People listen to black men, even when they're wrong.
You bet.
Even when they're wrong. Look how long they've been having that conversation about religion. And I hear the other brothers like Santos and all of them and OG, they trying to get them out of that. Like, look, this is a distraction. You need to pay attention to what's going on today. Which is why whenever people bring out the religious talk, look, let me help you understand that ain't the past. It's happening today.
Exactly. It's not the past, and it never
And
was.
these people who keep people in these religious circle talks are keeping our people blind and dumb, and they don't have the inability to fight for their future because they've been told that, oh, you don't want to you ain't gonna have a future unless you know the past. Let me tell you something, motherfuckers. Your past is dead and gone. You can look through a million books, you ain't gonna find shit on us. It's over for that.
Yes.
Your
Yes.
past, whatever has been written, is in the fucking dictionary in your face. Get the fuck over. Go get a Britannica. Learn to read that shit and get over it so we can fight for our fucking future. Because religion is the fucking past. There is no future in religion. What can Jesus, what has Christ done? What has any of these motherfuckers done through any of our fucking suffering? Get over that shit.
It's really
Man,
archaic.
that's just, man, look, that's why that's why I've been teaching. I think that's why I'm so gun ho with it because I see the circular bullshit that these niggas got our people in, and you can see them on the panels. You can see them. They can't wait to come in and say, or the back to Africas. Even when the brothers prove that we from here, the brothers and the sisters, you know what I'm saying, like the indigenous goddess, Sister Bethy, all these other people that prove that
Girl,
we are who we say we are, it's always one on the panel. Okay, so even if we didn't come on a slave ship, here go one question. What if we came here before that? It's the double-mindedness of it all. They have to have a origin. See,
yeah,
and see, this is what these beings wanted from us. They always question why. Where are you from? Where? How did you begin? What's the Big Bang? What's all in it? Let me tell you something. Why you asking these other stupid questions? Let me tell you something. It's powers and shit you should be manifesting right here in your face on
yeah,
this realm, but you can't because you worried about the questions these genetically modified fucking beings asking about our realm. No, ask your own fucking questions. Get your own mind. Man, these people, ooh,
yeah. They messed us up pretty bad with that
they
that indoctrination. They really did a number on us. Who'd have ever thought that
yes.
they can take it that deep? Listen,
And then we take it to the next level.
right? Like at some point, a sense of logic or something should kick in. Thank God, common sense is making a comeback. It's slow. It's slow, but it's making a fucking comeback. Because some things,
But
a
it's
lot of
also that,
common
oh,
sense.
go ahead, goddess.
Go speak.
Well, a big part of it is like I always say, as a homeschooler, because it was disturbing me the deep shit I saw coming out of my kids. Like I got to get my kids the fuck out of this system. You see what I'm saying? And a part of it is that three-dimensional uh, curriculum that they give us for this realm, which leads us nowhere, is starting to manifest itself now. So
Hmm.
not only have you been given a redundant education that does you no good, you've been given a redundant religion, and now it start to manifest. And those of us who are fortunate and highly favored enough to come out of that three-dimensional space of stagnation
Hmm.
of the curriculum and um, just all the fake bullshit that they gave us of this realm, we can see the cognitive dissonance of the other people. It's very difficult to talk to them. It's very
Hmm.
difficult to deal with them, and we have to still remain loving, kind, and understanding that we was there too at one point.
Hmm.
But
Right.
they cognitive dissonance that this curriculum that they gave these babies, and
Yeah, we
even the
have.
older people, even the older people our age, they do not understand where the fuck I'm coming from. Like, where's this knowledge coming from? It's
Right.
like they really expect the knowledge that I have to be in a book right there in front of them.
Damn.
Like every word that I say should be in a book somewhere. It's
Shit. Yeah, if you
like
call
we are
it the
so,
book of life, that's what it's at. The book of life. You ain't got to
and
read it.
it's like they've been handing us knowledge for so long, we expect all knowledge to be handed to us. And we don't understand that the strongest go after the knowledge. We seek it, and guess what? The knowledge seeks us too because it wants to be discovered. It wants to be known. It wants to be utilized.
And
We just ain't on the
so
right frequency.
yeah, there's
I'm
so
sorry,
many ways to
goddess.
deliver it to us throughout nature. Everything is helping us or giving us information. Everything, new information.
Everything.
Yeah, the
Matter of fact,
water,
I got a
the
website
tree,
for you too. Yeah.
yeah, the stars. Everything is help push this along because the Mother Earth has to get back to its normalcy. And it knows that it's virus down and uh, and probably being colonized too, just like us. And so the Mother Earth has to fight back with us and with the sun. We got to heat it up. Same thing you do if you sick. You heat your body up and get it out of there. So this summer is going to be real interesting as far as the
Well,
sun
she's
goes.
going to do what she's always done, but now it's about to be at a more massive scale.
Right.
Back in the early 1900s, she would produce something called dust bowls.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dust Bowl is where these Caucasian farmers who were utilizing these organic seeds and stuff were used, farming on this realm. And after a while, their farms were turned into dust bowls, which means the soil wouldn't even stay compact long enough for the seed to stay in the ground to grow anything. You can Google it. It's in
Does Bill Gates
Britannica.
know
It's
that?
everywhere.
I said, does Bill Gates know that?
Does be, I wouldn't give a damn. This is information for my people.
Yeah, I'm
So
saying
we got to right. And so of course he knows that they're going to
buying up
deplete it,
our
and then
land,
after a while
farmland.
we're going to go behind them, buy up our own land, and then replete the soil, which we shouldn't be doing. We got to get out of that game. We got to
Mm-hmm.
stop being helping them sustain this realm. And that's why they gave us, okay, so first we went from the Jesus gospel, then we had the money gospel, and now we got the sustainable gospel, sustainable energy gospel, which is us, which is them teaching us to sustain their bullshit while they keep doing bullshit. See, and that's the thing about the sustainable energy gospel. They want you to use uh, grain catching barrels. They want you to rejuvenate the soil. Now, remember, all Detroit, the area that I'm in, was once all white neighborhoods. So that means all these yards used a lot of Roundup. These yards was pretty, and then the blacks moved in right behind them and did the same thing and had all these beautiful manicured yards. So they depleted the soil. So now there's
Right.
an agricultural movement in Detroit where everybody's growing food, everybody's growing herbs and flowers or something. So what Detroit doesn't understand is that whenever an area's been depleted, they allow us to build it up under the worst circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So they mass overtaxed us, DTE'd and built us out our homes. Detroit Land Bank owned it. It's OCP now, really, if you think about it. It ain't, it's Detroit Land Bank. It's called Detroit Corporation. It ain't even Detroit City no more, or the city of Detroit. It is literally the corporation of Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
So now they've got us using sustainable practices in a bankrupt institution. And we can grow some shit. We're replenishing the soil. We're doing all of this, and guess who's moving in to reap the benefits of our sustainable practices that they taught us how to do?
Them people.
Gentrification, mass gentrification. We do not know how to line up the dots. Whenever they introduce a idea to us, we just run with it. We don't never see the bigger picture ahead that they need us. They're making us think we need this shit. Really, they need us because they keep fucking up and making these dust bowls with their GMO organic food growing practices. So now you've got blacks going out in mass groves buying up land. Do you know who had that farm before? Is it good soil? What did they plant in that on that land? And you should be wary of buying any land that was used by a farmer that used GMO seeds.
Right.
You don't know how long you're gonna have to heal that soil.
Mm.
So, like I said, they've been teaching us for quite a while to use sustainable practices to sustain their bullshit. They're still wealthy, but they want us to use sustainable practices. Do the wealthy actually use sustainable practices? I mean, that's what the fuck they show you on TV, but they're still fucking wealthy. And now they want you to switch over to their sustainable practice. The same people, DTE, that's charging you an arm and a leg for gas, as the same people that's charging us an arm and a leg for these solar power things. We still
Yeah.
can't get it in the black community. It's still at an arm and a leg. So now they just got our people going in circles. It's just a circle. I just described a fucking circle. Know what else to tell you?
Right. The
They
good thing.
got us to practicing sustainability to sustain their wealth. That means you live with less while they still gain more.
Right.
And we don't get it. They taught you sustainable practices so they can continue to live the way they live while you thinking that that's what they're doing and they're not. And then they took over the sustainable market. They own all Shell, BP, all of them own the solar panels.
Yeah,
The same people that own your gas and charging you an arm and a leg. Come on,
yeah,
people.
man.
Mm.
I know. I was put here at this time to see this change, this big change, and I'm going to see it. And so that means it's going to be happening within the next at least 25 years or so. But we
Oh,
deserve,
less than that.
we all everybody who's here now really deserve to see this change. I would like to think I wouldn't have agreed to come back here for that bullshit they was on 100 years ago or 200 years ago.
Right.
Came back for the now. What's happening right now? I came back.
We came back to the
Yeah,
for
break
the
it down.
dismantle.
Yes, the dismantlement of these people who nobody knows for sure where they came from. They're just here running amok on our motherfucking plane, on our realm, just running amok. Don't give a fuck what they do. They got no goddamn morals, which to me is the one thing about these hunkies now. Um, a lot of them having a religion indoctrinated into them have helped them stop all that animalistic shit. Some of them really believe the light and all of this Jesus stuff. And I know because I just ran through town and these white boys are standing on corners with signs saying he is the light. I'm like, why the hell fuck would they do that? Wait a minute. This is what they do every day. They really are. Some of them really are like charity, and this is where they get their morals from. I do believe if they didn't have a religion, some of them would not be able to understand this moral shit. They won't get it. They won't get it.
Right. And a
Uh,
lot of them still don't.
I know. By bending their ass on their knees and praying to their God for the good, the bullshit that we was same bullshit they gave us. Some of these hunkies believe that shit just like that too.
Yeah, they do.
Because if they did it, they would have never finished raping and pillaging and colonizing. They would still be doing that. That would just be their thing.
Right.
So, so I understand why they need religion, but we don't need motherfucking religion.
Yeah, it's hurting
We
us.
spiritual beings. We're made. We got
We
God.
wasn't supposed to never go into religion. And that was what my video was about. Because at first I was going to take that video down because I when I heard myself, I was like, damn, is that me? And I realized that was the great mother. She was really freaking angry that our people went back in those churches. And when I heard her say that, like you should have your foot cut off for stepping back into those institutions of corruption and degradation and rape and murder.
Yeah,
But she was pissed. And all I could do was just let it out. I
that's
had to
crazy.
remind people and remind myself I'm not angry, but damn, the great mother on some shit today. Like, y'all about to learn today. That contract is fucking over.
And at the same time, Goddess, I was here wanting to make a rant video. I swear to God, I was this close to just ranting it off, cussing them out. Everybody, everybody's getting cussed at. Like like my derelict of duty video. I was call these bitches out again. Like, what the hell?
You went
So this
off on that derelict of duty.
so this thought is going out simultaneously between you and I. Difference is you did yours, I did. I saved mine. I said, man, I don't feel like doing no Yahsinni rant right now, but I do, and I'm going to soon. And I'm gonna let the
I
man,
know it's coming.
and I'm gonna be under the spirit of Savaka, or what's the other one? What's the other one?
All I
Number one vodka.
all I can say, they better be
Tito.
ready for it. Cause when you said derelict of duty, I was done. Like, dang, I ain't talk.
Yeah. I will
You
let the
sisters,
spirit of Tito's accompany me. I want to cuss them out so bad. Like, look, from what I'm seeing, like, how y'all even ignoring this shit? How's y'all ignoring this shit? We done gave y'all five
man.
million ways to see how Jesucios. This is what I hate about Billy Carson too. He insists that Jesus had a house and a wife and all of that. And he spent the night there and blah 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 blah.
And that's the
That's
patriarchy. They gotta hold on to that.
right, and that's not the point. The point is what Arius first said it was. He is not of the Father. No, because they made him the hell fuck up. Everybody keep forgetting that part and still want to have their mythological story. Or
And who is the father?
to me, the Father is. I see my Father every day in the sky. Not every day; they hide him sometimes. But I said I'm like George Carlin on that. Like, fuck that. I worship the Son because I see
Right.
him every day. I know He's a life sustainer. I know His.
Oh my goodness.
I know nothing on this earth can live without Him. So there, done. Jesus or the Son, Son,
Well,
the Son, hands down.
I must say,
Down.
understanding, you went kind of deep on that with the gods thing. I think he did one called "Your Parents Were Dethroned as Gods."
Mhm.
He went there. Our parents are really our gods.
They really are. I mean, there's all kind
I
of
was like,
about.
I have to watch that again and again because the way he kept breaking it down is like, whoa.
Who was that breaking it down?
Understanding Seven Bomar.
Oh, I was just watched seven today. I'm telling you, we ride
Okay.
the wave. We must have like some fucking entanglement going on with our particles and shit. Because I swear to God,
We do.
I'm riding that wave. I swear to God, I listened to Savant for 2 hours today and shit. Like, oh, where's Seven been and shit? But there's always something far out and something to grab, something to
Hmm.
study, something to look up, some new information with him.
Well, definitely something to study.
Yes, for
You
sure.
got to be ready to study when you sit down with Seven.
Hmm. Talk about bring your pen and
Yeah.
paper. Shit, you're right about that. You're right about that.
Take notes. And that's what people don't understand. Real scholars take responsibility for what they are learning. I take responsibility and then I dig deeper. What you say, if it give me that aha moment,
Hmm.
I'm gonna dig deeper.
Right, right. And people should understand, once you get those aha or eureka moments, that's
Mhm.
a resonant frequency. And it feels good. It has a feeling, right? So
Right.
for someone who's already had one, they're going to be seeking more of that because it's resonating with their inner self. And that's what you want. That's how you know you're on the right track. That's how you feel growth and production.
Yeah.
And
When
any
you move
form,
on your clock,
yes, any
go
form
ahead.
of production is good as far as you being productive within yourself. I'm not talking about no fucking job, but we need to grow. We have to grow. So we don't have to, next time we decide we want to come back to this motherfucker, we can have more information on what happens down here in hell. Because think about it. It's a challenge to come down here and I mean, I'm sure I didn't know that these other beings was gonna be here, but we do know that this is a three-dimensional um, physical world. When we come here, we know what we're being born into, and then we come down here in a 3D. We get an avatar and a mind, spirit
Right.
and soul, and we come down here to do what we wanted to come down here and do. what condition doesn't matter. You know, you might just be here for a lesson on for being humble. Then you might come here to be blind and experience like hate, difficulty. You might come here to for whatever reason that you come here. We come to this realm knowing that it's a school and we must learn. And if we don't, when we come back, guess what? We're going to be in the same grade that we just flunked. Yeah,
Facts.
yeah. You won't be graduating. You won't be
No,
rich
you
next time
won't.
you come back. You're still dumb as hell.
Because I'm trying to get
Oh,
off the gravity program.
the best thing you can do here is grow your knowledge, because it is,
Yep.
after all, the reason that we perish. Like some things in that Bible is just not good for you to be fucking with, and then other things are little clues. Okay, if we perish for lack of knowledge, it doesn't take a long ass test to figure out if that's true or not. All we got to do is look around us, and then you see that ignorant bastard standing next to you, and you're confirmed. Shit. Look around
And
you. Listen to these motherfuckers who are talking. They need to shut the fuck up all the time.
they they can't. They can't. That their intelligence, their conversation, their interaction is based on the model that they've been given of what education, what intelligence is, what smart people is in this realm. But for
Right,
people like us and those who are developing a higher level of ascended consciousness, we know that doesn't end.
right,
So even me, as my perception changes, I realize while we're talking that this isn't a 3D realm. This realm is higher than that. What I've been given is a 3D programming on how I am allowed to see this realm.
hmm, right, right,
See, it gets deeper than that. So every moment your consciousness grows. And when I talk to people like you,
hmm,
it fucking grows. It helps because when I'm not around people like you, I don't have nothing to say because people don't be wanting to hear what I'm talking about because they're comfortable in enjoying this realm in a three-dimensional state of being.
right,
Whereas
right,
people like us, we want to enjoy this realm, but out of that 3D state. We understand
right,
there are higher states of beings that can be enjoyed on
right.
this realm.
Like the mentalism. If you want to see it in 3D, then you need to see it in the mental state. That's how you do it. And if you're not seeing it manifest in the 3D world, then they just you need to
It
go
is what
deeper.
it is.
Yeah,
You
go
got to
deeper.
go deeper.
You have to manifest. Like I remember myself. I remember asking myself like months ago, a year ago, like why I'm not as successful as I should be. And the simple answer is timing. That's my song, White Diamonds. Perfect timing. Sometimes we got to learn how to wait.
And not just that, we say we want success, but have we defined exactly what that success looks like? Often
Absolutely.
we've stopped. We can't just say I want success. You want success as what does that look like? Success in what? You want to be a successful writer? You want to be a successful orator? Do you want to be a successful model? You know the moves you're making, but like I said, thought, word, manifest. So you also have to put it out exactly what you want that success to look like.
That's right. That's right. Like if you're looking for a new car, you need the brand, the model, and the color. You need to smell
Right.
the leather if it's new. You need to see the tires. You need to You need to take that blank chalkboard in your mind when you're meditating. Put your blank board up there and fill it in, and not just at one time. Keep going back and filling in
Facts.
the details because you're building it. You're drawing a blueprint for what you want. And when you skip over all of that, then it takes a hell of a long time, and maybe it won't even happen. But we've got to we can create our reality, and that's how we know now that we're gonna defeat this fucking elephant in the room that we're dealing with, and that's these, like, we like to just blame everything on the European and the hunkies, when I know for a fact these Jewish rabbis, um, these Jesuits, these Freemasons, it's a lot of motherfuckers got their hand in this pot. It's a lot. And they're working within a code against just us. Just us. Nobody hates the Asians. Nobody hates the Chinese for real, but everything's targeted at us. Like all new viruses coming to the United States, guess who they're looking for? Us.
Like how you start all the rest of this rest on the other side of the world, you end up over here, but you only bothering us. We the most endangered community. We got to
Right.
stay isolated. We got to stay
Yeah.
within our communities.
Yeah. And it's like, why are you always fucking with us? Well, some of us know the reason why. Because we're gods and goddesses. And this is
You are
all.
the heir to the realm.
Yeah.
You are the heir to the realm. That's why I loved it when you did the Almalek, and that we put together that the United Nations was coming up with the United Nations. At the same time, they was coming up with the birth certificates and social security cards.
Hmm.
See,
Yeah.
what people don't understand is that anybody that's part of the United Nations understands the internal works of a governor. That's why there's always a foreign minister. That's why there's always a what's those on each foreign land.
Right.
You know what I mean. Embassy,
Oh, yeah. Right.
foreign ministers, embassy. They all know what's going on in each other's lands. That means they all know what the fuck is going on here. Let me tell you why. Because there are a foreign embassy. There are dozens of embassies on this continent that belong to other countries. And they're all part of the UN. So you telling me you don't know what the fuck they know what's going on over here?
Absolutely.
No.
They do.
You know
Ab-
they know what they do. They got their own YouTube channel, but they only play themselves. They act like y'all know what's going on over here. That's why I don't care about making the videos or saying what I'm saying. Anybody that's got a problem with it, grow up and pay attention. Go investigate what I'm talking about. We pull the documents all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, yeah.
So what's funny to me? There's even like stupid, retarded people who don't know anything about anything. Even they are fed up with stupid, retarded people.
Who don't know anything?
even even they are fed up with the amount of stupidity that's out here. It's like, man, what the hell? I see shit that make me laugh every motherfucking day. And the more I go out, the more I'm like, oh my God, I'm like Alice in Wonderland up in this Elkhart thing. These people here are something else. They might as well just walk up to you and say, praise the Lord.
And they practically do most of the time. They can't wait to share their spirit that they got in their heart. Listen, they love that spirit of the
I
Lord.
swear, I swear to God, if that ever happens, I'm cussing them out.
I'm not, but I'm going to, say, you need to go check out my video. Most people don't talk to me no more after they just seen a couple of my
I'm,
videos.
I'm scared to send people to my channel.
I'm
Here,
not. You
here,
know what I learned? It does isolate me, but
right,
it immediately cuts the people out of my life
right,
that ain't supposed to be in my life. I'm all right with that because I don't like people lingering around to
right.
wait and see if I'm a change, if that's really me, blah blah blah. Just go check out my video. And usually they get the, they always be like, well, I felt like you're an angry black woman. I said, despite all the information I gave? Wow. So it's like, okay,
What they're
and they
really
feel
saying,
like they can't,
what they're really saying is that they've been offended by the things that you said. That's
of
what they really
course.
say. Because I don't get angry black women out of you. I get someone who expresses herself very well. And
Thank
if
you.
you can get what she meant out of that, that's all you came out with is angry. That's your cognitive
Sometimes
dissonance. Like just move around. That's
I'm
just
all
your
right with that though.
if people know
I,
what cognitive dissonance really is, and there's a woman who teaches on this. Her name is Joy DeGroy. She's married now, so her last name changed, but she's got this postpartum stress disorder, cognitive dissonance. She breaks that shit down like no other woman, and she wrote a book about it, and she has
wow.
so many YouTube lectures on it. If you haven't seen her, I swear I'm gonna send her to you because she's very, very interesting to look at.
I haven't seen her. I feel like between all the videos you done did on it, I'm good. Because I got my own information on it. You
But
know what I'm
who's
saying?
listening
I'm
to me
already,
though? Who's listening
huh?
to me?
Me.
Joy got the
Shit.
my
I
loyal,
don't give a fuck who else ain't. I'm
my
listening.
my loyal Joe Salima. But
And that wasn't just no butt kissing. That was just fucking honesty. Like, fuck, what you mean? Me? Shit. These other crazy people out here, who you think I'm listening to? Have you heard these people? Hell
yes,
yeah.
oh my God, yeah. And so I was thinking too, like, how the fuck did I ever get like damn near 1,000 subscribers on my last channel before they took it down? And I all I did was like cuss Christians out and probably was mean, probably was in the spirit of spirits most of the time, and but people love that. It seemed like so I changed my style up. I cleaned myself up a little, polish it up, and just do readings or whatever, like things people want to know. I still, let the religious people
You,
know that hey, Susio didn't exist. But it's
you,
like they don't like that as well as they like. My other channel was climbing so goddamn fast. Um, that was like, wow. So I kept doing what I was doing. I go back and look at videos from my other channel and now and be like, how did I ever put this out? But those people who liked it, that shit, they was eating that shit up. And I'm looking at me now, like slowly grow back up and like, man, I'm
but you
happy.
got to understand too, you've changed.
Yes,
You've grown in the last, since I first met you, we hooked up right before the pandemic. I
right.
remember. It was right before the pandemic, and then we all kind of had to scatter because of that. Nothing was happening for a good minute.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, you were doing what you were saying, but you were also doing a lot of readings too, Goddess.
Yeah, I was. I was.
But you were breaking it down, and see, and that's why I love teaching. I feel like all the stuff that I know, I still have to break it down in layman's terms for my people. And
Yeah,
that's what you were given. That's what you give us. You don't just give
I try
us
to.
their big words and their perception.
Right.
You were giving it to us that, oh, like, oh, okay, now that makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like we've heard these same documents from men, and but it's another. There's a different perception between male and female, from between masculine and feminine, whatever you want to call it.
Hmm.
We've been hearing the masculine perception on those same documents for decades.
Hmm.
With their perception, it still not was always clear, even though I was getting it and reading it and understanding it. But now here comes a woman who I felt was more like Dr. Franz Cress Welsing. Like you were not only just using these
Hmm.
scientific big word jargons, you was breaking it down for the layman like us. Like I've never been to college or nothing like that. I just love to read. I just want to know.
Mm,
but you were making us knowing more valuable, more clear,
mm,
because the female's understanding of knowledge is different. See, my understanding of the Bible, not under patriarchy, is is different.
mm-hmm,
And when you would read papers about cognitive dissonance or the Emerald Tablets or any of the other stuff, your feminine understanding, and then how you would break that down in layman's term with feminine understanding, with that feminine divine in you, that gives me, I've already had the masculine. So
mm,
now you're giving me the feminine. So now I could put it together. Now, god damn. You see what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
We have to listen to that information more than once. And
yeah,
sometimes from more than one source. And we have to read that information more than once, which is why I'm able to spout shit off the top of my. I have read this shit more than once.
mm-hmm,
I had to. I had to listen to your videos more than once.
mm,
So that's the difference. That the feminine's divine ability to break down the same information as the masculine divine, but with her own, mm,
yeah,
that what makes it whole. Now we're getting the whole picture,
mm,
not just one part of our species picture,
yeah, that makes
or
sense.
their understanding of that, of those
Because
works.
men will take over all the conversations as if they're the authority on every motherfucking thing, and that's why I like Sister Betty. She say whatever the fuck she want to say, how she want to say it, and to whom. I
And
like
she
that.
was live yesterday, and I swear I kept, I had to see
I heard
about
her
my
shout out.
baby and stuff, so I had
I heard her
to
shout out.
chime in and out.
I heard her say Salima Ellis, and then I looked at the
Uh,
chat, and yep, you were in there. That was the
yeah,
final one.
they was bringing it. They was bringing it,
I know. I went to all.
man.
Yeah, they was, and they do. They do. Sister Bethy
The
got it going.
Barbara's had some. Look,
She got it going
Sister
on.
Betty knew what she was doing.
She stand
She
on her
blazed
square.
that mic.
She stand on her square, and I love it. She don't.
She
You
fucked
know
them up. She banged their heads an hour or more before she even let the other people on the panel. So
exactly.
now she done read, and just like you, she done read the documents. She bringing the feminine divine
Yeah.
knowledge with her, which make motherfucking sense.
Mm-hmm.
So now I don't think I ain't seen them same documents. How many of times we to share a couple of them same documents she pulled out? You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So we done heard that a dozen times from the masculine divine. Now it's time to hear from the feminine divine. And guess what? When that knowledge comes together,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
then by the time the Bibles hit the panel, bam, it was fire.
Yes.
It was fire.
So imagine the person who's getting the double whammy through us. Uh, I can see why. I can see why your videos on my channel are up. They're all up there, but that's a dose of both of us because we that's how we've been doing it. The two of us together, but together
Right.
separately, they should still um, they should still be resonating with something that was said, and if
Man.
not, then they need to move around to some other channel because I swear
Oh yeah.
we be giving it to them on all the subjects, all the people they need to know about, especially
And
the
we ain't greedy. We want
poets.
our people to be educated.
Yes, yes. These motherfuckers out there think they done just won and nothing's gonna change, and they're planning their new agenda. And I swear to God, they about to come on with Project Bluebeam soon. They have to, because how are you gonna explain to your Christians that there's a new deity in town? Because Jesus cannot stay the deity in the age of Aquarius. I
He
think
never said he was coming back. He never said he was coming.
the Pope
And and, and,
said he was coming.
and like the video you put up yesterday, uh When he come back, he is coming back to enforce their austere law against us. He's their creation.
Yes.
And that's what I was talking about. They're treating our realm as if it is under the law of heaven. And I'm telling our people, fuck heaven, fuck man, ain't no law of heaven. This is my realm.
And
This
heaven
is my realm.
up there, it will be down there. Don't believe that they've ever told the truth.
Heaven ain't nothing but a piece of paper that they done wrote the fuck
Yeah,
on.
yeah, and it's a state of mind. So for people who don't want to go to hell, change your mind. Change
Yeah.
the state of your mind where you believe in hell to that there ain't one, and boom.
So this is the
Change
thing
it up.
about that. We about to do a little bit of signs and symbols talk since we talking about heaven and hell. So on my Facebook page, I said one day we were in 333 degrees of L.
Hmm.
Now remember, there's a word called hell, Hell. Where
Hmm.
does L come from? Ain't one of the names for God L?
Yeah, the Elohim are the gods.
Okay, so man's number is 666, right?
Hmm.
So what is the number for
Wait a
our
minute.
people?
What define man? Because if we're talking about the
The
carbon,
I'm talking. There's only one type of man. So let me make let's make it, because I'm not talking about nobody's else version of man.
hmm,
I'm talking about if you're not indigenous from this realm, you're a man.
right,
You're a creation.
got it.
You have animal DNA, which can be traced to other genetic species. Ours can't. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. We ain't spliced with nothing. Ain't no CRISPR in us. Ain't no stem cell. And we the only ones that make stem cells. They use our stem cells.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So when I say 666 is the symbol of man.
Hmm.
Okay, he know what he's talking about. So I teach my children there is no number after nine,
That's right. Because there ain't.
and there ain't. Prove to me there's a number after nine without using all the numbers previously stated between 0 and 9.
Hmm.
That means you cannot use any number between 0 and 9 to make a number after nine. You cannot use any letter known or anything. You have to create a letter that comes after nine. There is none. You don't have 10 fingers. You have nine toes and fingers.
Hmm.
Zero, one, two, three, four,
Hmm.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And let
Hmm.
me tell you why. Because they're going to tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Don't you have to say zero anyway?
Right.
Why wouldn't you say the zero in the fucking beginning when you start off, just like you wouldn't say the ABCs without the A?
Right.
So the number for the indigenous being is nine.
Yes.
Nine ether hair. Nine, nine, nine.
Hmm. And what you get in your nine is phi and pi. Because I think seven, for people to understand the relationship between phi and pi, go watch Savan Bomar. Because I'm not trying to break that down again for but phi.
Didn't we just mention him?
Listen, we're talking about that spiral. We're talking about that spiral that shows up everywhere in sacred geometry or geometry, period. And the seed of life, the tree of life, the tetragrammatron, the hexagram, you're going to see that there's a spiral being built down. And this is the same spiral that's going to end up being a vortex So what we're looking at when we're talking about nine ether and when we're talking about the number nine, we're not understanding the significance of the number nine. And then six would be the rotation of that. But nine stands as completion. Nine stands at
Nine is
completion.
the number of completion.
Yes.
There is no number after nine. And
Right.
the
So
day,
yeah,
go ahead.
people who say that the pregnancy should last 10 months, no, it shouldn't. It should last 9 months because you're done after nine. They can stop it with all of that bullshit. And this is what I'm talking about: logic and common sense. A person who has logic and common sense would sound like they've got their PhD in everything. Yeah, just logic and common sense.
But our people don't because we refuse to let go of the model that's been given us of how to think. And even though and trust me, I meet so many people who know that the model is wrong, but that word gets them. They're afraid to leap out on their faith,
Yes.
to do it differently, to understand differently.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't do faith. I don't do hope.
Right.
I don't do faith. I
Faith,
don't do
faith,
promises. I do
faith.
not do promises.
All that have to be written in with religion. Um, faith, hope, prayers. Listen, when you pray to God, you're asking them to stop the law that He made for the universe, go against all that He built and did, and reverse this thing because you fucked up and didn't follow something or you were negligent somewhere. And now you want God to use His powers to flip it and make it in your favor. You sing songs about it all the time and all of that shit. But I bet you that's not the case. That's not what happened. When you got that job, it's because you took your ass and looked for a job. Really, it is. Jesus
Yeah.
did not help you find that job. You got your, I
They
bet,
they don't
yeah. So how they using prayer is ridiculous. I would rather go meditation. I'd rather get my blank whiteboard of light and draw me a reality and manifest it.
they dissipate their own power from their own efforts and hand it over to somebody else.
It's
You got that job. What you say? You went and got that job. You filled out. You got up on time. You dressed yourself. You made
yeah.
sure that your resume was ready and
You
prepped.
studied for that
Jesus
test.
did what? What
You
did
studied
Jesus
for that
do?
test.
All because you know this nigga name? He get the credit. You know this nigga name.
For
That's
everything.
it.
Meanwhile, he telling you to obey your master as you would him, even if he beats the fuck out of you. If you got up and moved, you're good. Even if you died 2 days later, the fact that you moved, you're still good. That's what he's telling you. Let your master beat the crap out of you. Shut the hell fuck up while he's doing it, and don't.
And I got something for you after you dead. I'll come holler because I don't do the saving niggas things while y'all alive. I don't do that. Y'all
Live.
got to suffer, and we accepted that contract for them. Who would accept a sick contract that says you gonna suffer in this realm under them, and you all right with that because you gonna
Right.
see they God?
And you
I'm like, what the fuck?
check this out.
That's
I
a fucked
wouldn't.
up contract.
I wouldn't want to be up there with them.
You don't want to be down here with them. Why would
I
you want to be
don't.
up there with them?
I know. I don't.
It don't make the contract don't make sense.
No, it's a win-win for them.
And no matter what they do, they get into heaven. We gotta suffer. And no matter what they do, they get into heaven.
Oh
Y'all
yeah.
don't.
Oh yeah.
And
Here's the world's greatest secret. Karma only works for us. It only works on us. They don't get a karma.
not for
Like,
them.
they're not worried about what they did to us.
And that's why I be looking at my people like when I say they got cognitive dissonance and I go off whenever, I mean that because just on what we spoke about for the last 5 minutes, It make you want to go and find some people and put the mirror just right in front of them, because you know who you're talking about. like,
Yes.
like, do you see yourself? Can you hear what you're saying?
Billy Carson put up this quote from Jesus the other day saying that like if you don't hate your mother and your father, your sister and your brother, then you can't be in Christ with him. Have you ever seen that before?
I'm not that into Billy Carson. He's probably done maybe two videos that I really and I just found Billy Carson through Back Magic. And I only listened because he was with Dr. Sirius B, who I all have already known about and
And
been following for a couple of years now.
I
So
haven't.
but
I haven't seen
Billy
Dr.
Carson
Sirius in a
talked.
while.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Goddess.
I'm just saying I haven't seen Dr. Sirius B in a while.
Me either. Me either. But Billy Carson, one of them is he talked about magnetite, magnet, and we were talking. He was, and one of them I have been already studying about the. They were talking about the magnetic poles on the realm disappearing,
Hmm.
but that we have magnetite, which is magnetic, which goes into the theory that I was beginning to understand that we are the magnetic poles now. That
Yes.
the dynamics of the realm have changed. So that was a pretty powerful. And you know, Brother Rich, he know how to ask great questions and get out more information. So while they sitting there talking, I got my dictionary and my notes from the past that I've already gone over, just getting deeper into it. So I thought that was a pretty powerful build that they had did on Black Magic with Billy Carson.
So can
The
you see
other
my
one he
screen?
had, yeah, see us.
Oh shit. The
What
fuck?
you looking for?
I got it. It's Luke 14:26 in the
What was
KJV.
Luke?
Luke 14:26.
I'm lost because my mind was already on something else.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought I was trying to share my screen. Actually, I am. Here we go, right here. Here we go, guys. Check this out. You see it now?
I, I it's coming up now.
Okay. Can you read it?
I'm trying to get my screen bigger.
Okay, you on your phone.
Yeah. If any man come to me and hate not his father and mother and wife and children and brethren and sister, yea, his own life, he cannot be my disciple. If any man cometh unto me and hateth not his own father, mother, wife, and children, and brethren and sisters, yea, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. Just
So
he's
those are
the
just the different
he's
Bibles, but the
right,
KJV.
but he's the shepherd for disturbed people. If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father, mother, and wife and children, and brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life in a sense of indifference to or relative disregard for them in comparison with his attitude toward God, he cannot be my disciple. If anyone comes to me and does not hate his own father, mother, in the sense of indifference to or relative disregard for them in comparison with his attitude toward God, and likewise his wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own life, he cannot be my disciple. Now, what kind of man would hate his own life?
Okay, okay, yeah. Why is
A
it
man that has
so?
been fucked over
See,
so fucking much.
and this is in
So
Luke.
now, right, and now he can lead the black man because now the black man hate his fucking life because everybody on the fucking planet hate him, calling him out his name, calling him black. He's indigenous, calling him a slave. Yeah, he's the greatest king and the heir to the realm, but he don't even know that because they accepted the same people that hate him education.
Hmm.
So of course now Jesus can lead the black man because he hate his life more than anybody. He
Okay.
ate his mother. He ate his father. Oh, we can break this Bible down six
Oh my
different ways.
God,
Goddess, bring it on.
that goddess, that's how you teach. That's the fuck how you teach. Teach,
All day,
teach.
all day. You give a man racism. You give a man you take away his ability to keep his family together. That you could just come in his home and take his wife and his children. You take a man's ability to protect his family, even himself in front of his family. You take away his ability to defend himself, even in front of his family. Who would hate his wife more but the black man? You tell him he black, he's dead in law, and that because he's black, we can do this shit to him. We tell him that his kids got to go to lesser schools, lesser everything, but he got to pay more in tax. He got to pay more for water. He got to pay more for lights. He got to pay more for gas. Who would not fucking hate that life? Of course, now Jesus can come and take over and fucking give them more cognitive dissonance on top of that shit called religion.
Mm.
Of course. Hey, bring it on, goddess. Let's do it.
Oh
Let's bang their heads, like you said, to the white
yeah.
meat.
Y'all don't want to go to church. Y'all don't want to go to
Hey,
church here. I promise you.
the
I promise you.
masculine don't want this feminine church. He don't want to step because I'm bringing it. We bringing it.
Yeah.
We gonna bring the truth with they scripture.
And what about when Jesus denied his mother? Did you know that he did that?
Of course, and that's what the black man is going through today. Every time you disrespect a woman, every time you sleep with a woman and you take her virginity, and then you turn around and you ask other women about their body count, bitch, you disrespecting your own mama. How would you feel if somebody asked your mama about her body count? How would you feel, and how did you feel being discarded, even though your mother loved you more than anything by your father? He is the most disrespectful being on the planet. Tell a woman that you know that can make babies, you don't want no babies, but you won't take the initiative to make sure she doesn't have babies and tell her she ain't shit for doing her job and following natural law and having a baby and raising
Hmm.
it.
Can you see that? And here's
Yep.
Matthew. We talking Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John now. We're not talking
Mm.
Old Testament. We talk about Jesucios. So here's where he denied his mother and brother. So it say, and his mother and his brothers came, and standing outside, they sent to him and called him. And a crowd was
Hmm.
sitting around him, and they said to him, your mother and your brothers are outside seeking you. And he answered them, who are my mother and my brother? And looking about at those who sat around him, he said, here are my mother and my brothers. For whoever does the will of God, he is my brother and sister and mother. So,
Yep.
okay, that's some fuck shit to be saying while your mother is standing outside the gate looking for your ass.
Because he was already taught that he does not belong to her. And her laws and ordinance and codes mean nothing.
But the Catholic Church venerate Mary like she's Christ herself.
No, they don't. That's
Your
what my video was about.
uh,
Listen, they have to pay homage to the heir of the realm. That's me. That's you.
mhm.
But the fact that they pay homage to Mary the Christ means nothing. Because who the fuck is Mary?
Obviously
Mary was
nobody.
Mary was already written out of the Bible as just the ecto life.
Mm.
She was just the ecto life lab that carried the work of the Lord and the Holy Ghost. She had
Yeah,
nothing to do with the bringing of the Son of God. The Son of God was created by the Holy Ghost and God.
And then
Mary was just
and you
the surrogate that carried Jesus.
yes, probably born out of in vitro fertilization if you wanna get real with it.
Well, you know, okay, so we can go there.
Well,
Go
they've
to
been fighting for
Genesis.
more than 2,000 years. I bet you that.
Go to Genesis 2. Eve was taken from Adam's rib
Hmm.
because there was never no female of their species.
Right.
They created the female of their species to mimic
Yeah,
us,
they
and even
did.
they didn't couldn't get that right, which is why they have all these sciences for transhumanism
Hmm.
because they created humans to mimic Homo sapiens. And if you don't
Yeah.
believe me, when we bang out that PowerPoint for transgenderism, transhumanism disguised as transhumanism,
Hmm.
I'm gonna prove to you. So that's why they have CRISPR, in vitro fertilization, fertility pills, uh, stem cell research, gift. They got all this stuff for they people.
Check this out, Goddess. Since you've obviously been watching me in my other channel, did you see a video that I did with Trios Dios on dogs? And I think it was like having to do with dogs were created in the lab. And Calico's version, I didn't think they were understanding what I was saying. They was
Right,
understanding that the dog was bred by a wolf or something else like was made like that. I'm saying no, no. That whole entire species was bred by CRISPR, mixing genes around. They did 400 of them. They made 400 domesticated dogs out of CRISPR, changing and splicing genes. And this is why dog is man's best friend, because he was created like that. This is not breeding
right.
a wolf with a jackal and getting a domesticated dog. No. And so I think we had an argument and everything on that live. It's on my channel. But yeah, that was like Taz said, that was one of the funniest ones. Or um, he really liked it because I was getting pissed because they were trying to act like they didn't know what I was saying. No, I'm saying in the hell fuck lab, not a mixed breed. Not having this dog fuck this dog and you get this breed. No, nothing like that. I'm saying in the fucking lab, that dog was created, and it's so fucked up that I don't know if you know who RFG, the chosen one, is, but he did research and studies on the dog, and it's like the dog is so fucked up and jacked up that it shouldn't even be shitting on this planet. And this is why you got to pick that shit up and put it in a bag. It's so
Mm.
corrosive to the planet just being on the ground. This ain't gonna be no fertilizer. This dog is that.
Damn. Woo.
That's why you got to pick that shit
That's
up off the ground. It's
that
it's
sound
bad.
wicked.
It's bad
That's
for the
wicked.
earth. It's bad for the earth. Period. And I know people don't like to hear this because they love their dogs. Well, he's man's best friend and all of that. But that motherfucker, don't kiss him in the mouth. Don't let him
Mm-hmm.
get shit outside.
Man,
He's
that
fucking
shit is wild
around.
as fuck.
You don't see them having to pick up cat shit, rat shit,
Woo.
or no other species. Just a dog.
Uh-huh.
That dog should not be put defecating on the earth, nowhere on the earth. That's how
No,
you
I
know.
feel the same way about rats and mice too, though, actually.
Well, what I'm saying is them shitting on the earth is not gonna fuck it up like that. The dog is actually doing damage to the earth. Once his shit hits the ground, he's doing damage to the soil. So
Right. And you're right. And that's why. I discourage people who have pets, please don't feed them dog food or cat food because that intensifies that effect. That's why it's always that heaping, smelling shit. Like you say, it's acidic. It really eats through everything.
It,
That's
yeah,
why cow manure has to be treated. Because if you, I mean, a cow could shit, you set that shit on fire, you will start a fucking blaze without it even being treated. So that lets you know how GMO that these things are. They just had an article out about how they needed new monkeys for new research, and how instead of going to other countries to get their monkeys and wipe out their indigenous population of monkeys for lab research, they need to see about their own efforts and keep creating them here. I
yeah,
said, ain't that a bit? Man, they already making so many of these animals already, splicing them and stuff. This stuff is
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. It is. It is. And now that they've got the technique in their hands, you know how many people are going. I just seen an article today where Ice Cube is even talking about um, there's something wrong with this AI. Like, yeah, we can't do this AI thing. Elon Musk is warning against AI. I
Man,
thought
and
Elon
that's
Musk.
why they want the new influx of monkeys. Oh, that's what I meant to finish. That's
Uh-huh.
why they want the new influx of monkeys. Elon Musk company Tesla is doing that thing where they put the thing in your brain
Yeah.
so that you could communicate and stuff like that.
Okay.
Uh, they need the monkeys for that.
To test.
Yep, yep, because the test subjects they've already had failed miserably.
Right.
Yep, so they need, that's what the new influx of monkeys is for.
And
Because
this is
you know
the thing.
monkeys know that you can teach monkeys sign language and things like that, so
Right.
they are compatible with that brain. And you know they want to use that for people who are deaf.
Mm-hmm.
They want to use it for military personnel so that they could switch off their morality switch,
Mm-hmm.
because they used a lot of military personnel right before COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
Several military personnel across the United States on several military bases who were used as guinea pigs
Right.
committed suicide in droves right before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So they had to they need a new form. They need those monkeys in place because the monkeys are the closest to communicating with humans best,
Mm-hmm.
because they can do sign language and they can talk. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Monkeys can fucking talk.
Oh
Just
yeah.
like parrots and birds and everybody else.
Right.
So yeah, they about to fuck these people, man. The stuff they about to do to these people with that thing.
Yeah.
But one of the reasons why they wanted to put it in was that they claimed it would advance people with handicaps, namely the deaf or people with also vision problems.
Mm. Wow. These motherfuckers are forever busy, forever going to be busy, and they trying to act like they're not paying attention to nothing that we got to say. But I promise you, they are. And why they keep trying
Hmm.
to name um, all of these new groups as woke, and that's not woke. Regurgitating shit, um, having the mainstream media make you up a woke dialogue. That's that's not what's happening. They think that they're
Man,
combating us by naming the woke people, calling them out for being woke and all of this kind of shit. But no, we're not even fucking with that.
mm-mm.
They're not taking us off our square or nothing. Nothing. The real woke
I don't
people,
even want to be involved.
the real teachers, master teachers and master students are not going any motherfucking where. We're not gonna stop giving up the truth just to make mainstream media happy. We're not letting in this new woke, which I call the fake woke. We're not letting them in. We're not gonna stop doing what we do because you sick your fake woke on us. They will fall. They will fall. I I for one have not been putting my foot on your neck like I should be to you Christians, sheeple, and otherwise fake woke. I am gonna put my foot on your neck. I promise you. When it's time, I promise you. Because there's no way you can.
I stay woke.
We already started our motherfucking mission. We were already here. We was here first. The conscious community, the real conscious community that was doing research and bringing you truths. That community is still alive and well. No matter how you try to bury us, call us conspiracy theorists, which I already told you how I feel about that. Like you're not going to be able to win. I see them desperate. I see them desperate because they're looking at their numbers and they're seeing churches are declining every motherfucking day. They're declining. More people are coming out of those churches. And I say to you, who's ever listening to this video, fire your hell fuck pastor and give me and Salima that money. We'll bring you the truth. We'll do it every Sunday if we have to. Stop paying pastor tithings. You don't even know what tithes are or what they mean. He tricked you on that too. God or Jesus doesn't need any money. Your pastor don't need a jet or a
Your
camel.
pastor just need to tell you the truth that he need the money. That's where it's going to him.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Your pastor only needs to tell you the truth. And since he can't, and you know why he can't? Because of the 501c3
Hmm.
says they cannot be political. Everything has been addicted to what they can do. Everything. They're fucking patsy, fucking puppets. Your pastor is a
Yep.
puppet, and he's told what he can say to you. And why the
What he can do.
an agent like that and you paying him? Stop paying your pastor and give me and Salima that cash app money. I'm telling you, we'll tell you the truth, the whole truth and
And then
nothing.
it's going to go. It's going to continue to go towards the research and the knowledge that we bring in. It costs to dig this deep.
I'm telling
It
you,
costs to read this. And I don't mean just my time, but money, making copies,
that
creating
shit.
curriculum. Y'all don't never want, y'all want this handed to you.
I know
What
for
do
a
you think this costs to bring this knowledge to you?
fact. Mm.
But see, our people are so used to somebody handing them all the answers, and they feel like, well, if I'm gonna be giving you anything, I want all the answers. Well, I love you
But
and
they
I
pastor
appreciate
give
you,
them no truth.
but I'm here to teach. I can't give you answers like that. That's not what real learning is about. That's the 3D model they gave you. We're going to give you the answer, and all you have to do is regurgitate it. And we're going to give you this little test. And on the test, all you got to do is give us the right answer. Now, does this test lead you to any real money, any real future, any real thing? No. But it's the model that we use to make sure that your ass remembers how to jump through these fucking non mental hoops.
Yes, yes, yes. And then when they wake up and they look at all the money they gave that motherfucker, and then it's Creflo and the other motherfucking big wigs, you're out buying motherfucking jets. But I bet you
I love it.
I bet you now church member can ride in your jet.
What you
I
say?
know they can't borrow it to say, hey, Pastor, yeah, I'm having this show next weekend. Yeah.
Oh, he got rich church members in there. They're the ones that help him buy it. Oh,
Yeah.
they can get a ride in it.
Is that right?
His rich, his rich friends.
But check this out. His tithing friends are the ones who helped him buy it. Those people
I know what you're
tithing.
saying, goddess.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let
Uh,
that old Negro who ain't got a ride to his son's graduation across the states, let him borrow that motherfucker for the weekend. No? Why not?
and I never could understand how the church went from helping the community to for the community. So the church went from being the help of the community to now the church so now the community is keeping the church open. So who's the church?
And nobody's listen.
The church is the bank sending the money out the and see we always say, oh, black people don't know how to use their money right. We got all this money, but and then they want to always focus on like the regular black people. Oh, look, all they buy is Nikes. All they buy is this. No, y'all give all y'all money to the motherfucking church.
Mm-hmm.
And then you say we broke. We got bad spending habits. You right, because we keep giving it to a piece of dick we ain't never fucking seen. What the fuck?
Ah,
So of course we have bad spending habits. You tell us we got to spend our money this way, this way, this way. We cut back, we do that. But then where's the rest of this money going? Taxes, lights, gas, water, and to church.
yes.
So
Yes.
I don't want to hear that when and then these fake ass reporters always want to come on and say that, oh, we're poor because we're buying Nikes, or we're poor because we're buying Xboxes. That's always they fucking go to. Like we're
Right.
not supposed to have any luxury or any comfort in our life. We're supposed to be as downtrodden as they want us to be,
Mm-hmm.
as they want us to be, not like we say we are.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'll be like, fuck these motherfuckers.
Mm-hmm.
They don't. I'm so sick of. Listen, whew, man, these people better catch a clue.
Hey, speak, because I bet you one out of 10 motherfucking Christians don't know what tithing is or what it was for. They don't know the origin of it or nothing.
Which was used to keep the black community. Our people still don't understand that these are the instruments that keep us poor. We don't have just poor spending habits. We have a poor mind state that teaches us to always put our money back into the same corrupt system that keeps robbing us.
Yes.
We won't stop.
And
We
one
are the worst whores in the world. This pimp got us all. We are the most used and abused whore in the world. This pimp got a tough fucking pillow game. The fuck?
damn, damn. And why you bitches ain't keeping your saints out of the hellfuck hospital? Why aren't you healing your congregation?
Mm,
Why is your
that's
congregation
an.
still going to the hospital when they pay tithings to you, Pastor Man? Are you saying that you don't know how to heal?
Not even in the name of Jesus.
You
Let me stop.
in Jesus' name you can't heal your motherfucking patrons?
That Patreon, what you say, got it.
I'm telling you,
Bring it on.
hey, I'm gonna
Bring
get
it on.
Pastor's ass up.
Because you get tired of it.
Pastor Man, I'm gonna come into your church or your kirk,
You cut. That's right.
your kirk, your kirk.
What that what on Cole said last say you cut.
Yes, I'm gonna come into your church And I'm gonna show you some real motherfucking healing. Yeah, I'm gonna touch your motherfucking forehead and you're gonna fall back.
Fall right over.
Yeah, you're gonna be healed. Ah,
Well, let me tell you something. When I got sick, my first inclination was to find some fucking teeth, not a church or a minister.
but why? You've been paying your tithings, right?
I never been, I've been to church a couple of times, yeah, maybe about 4 or 5 times out of my 50 years that I can recall.
Shit, shit.
If most of the time I've been to churches I ain't never been to because I found out they was giving away something free like they supposed to do for the community. But other than that,
Girl,
I ain't stuck on.
not to get off the subject, but I got a necklace to go with that skirt. But
This necklace go with the skirt. You don't like this necklace with this skirt?
is this skirt great?
No, this is green.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, my lighting is off. Oh, okay. I thought that was great. I was gonna say, girl, I got a cold ass necklace. Go with that. That's nice though.
I've been wearing this all day with your green necklace set. I've been getting
I like
compliments
you got a
all
green
motherfucking
necklace
day.
on. I love it. You got it going on.
I've been banging this all day. I love wearing your jersey.
Yeah, you can take a picture now and send it to me. I'm telling you,
I'm waiting on my daughter. I can't do it. Right. If I touch this phone right now, we won't be.
don't touch it then. Don't touch it.
I'm gonna do it after. I'm gonna send it to you after.
It's on.
Cause she did take a.
But check it out. You got time.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for Chief Cal and I to go too. So
right. And I did take a picture with this on today.
video done.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Yeah, but
I just text my age too. Like, come on, y'all, come on, so I can get this video done.
I'm
But
sorry. I was busy today. I had 2 classes. I took my tool class today and my computer
no,
class.
it's cool. The chief told me like, Chief moving real fast. Cal and I go, he moving real fast.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he slow down, he got me. I can wait. The one thing I noticed when I was a child is how virtuous patience is.
Yeah.
I said, "Ooh, I like this patience thing. I like it."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait.
I couldn't wait. For food, I couldn't wait. I'm a Taurus. I'm a hungry ass. Man, I burned my own tongue off. I
Did
was
you see
fuck
my?
waiting.
See
It's
my
ready.
Taurus? Did you see my Taurus bracelet I posted today?
Nope, I didn't even get a chance
Yeah,
to look at it. Like I
yeah.
said, I've been in class all day.
Okay, I did. I put some zodiac bracelets up today.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you get a chance to
Yeah.
take a look at it. But
You been
Salima,
studying your zodiac sign?
um, 10 years ago, 10 years ago, I've been into zodiacs, and I'm not super into it. What I am into is my zodiac, Virgo. I know everything about the Virgo. I am a traditional Virgo, but I know that a lot of people, like even Christians, they don't, they're not into zodiac or astrology or astronomy or none of that shit, but they will know their sign. They'll know their Taurus, even though they don't know what the traditional traits of Taurus is. And so that's why I made these necklaces, just
Well, I
particular.
would like to go deeper live. Like, let's do a deeper live study of our zodiacs because I was studying Taurus because I am a Taurus.
Hmm.
And while I don't know that much, I know when the big shift happened,
Hmm.
when the first COVID shift happened, a lot of people's birthday changed. But a lot of Taurians, a lot of our birthday dates didn't change.
Mm.
When the reset happened, a lot of birthdays supposedly changed, but Tauruses didn't. And that's because
Okay.
I was I was saying that the astrology is only hiding what we really are. Like I know I'm not a Taurus the bull, that I'm a Taurus field, and that
Mhm.
Virgo is something specific, but it's hitting behind the Virgo The symbol of the Virgo is hiding what you really are, per se. And
Okay.
the story that goes with that symbol is hiding who and what you really are.
Okay.
There's something more important about Virgo than what that sign and the generality that they give behind our signs of what who and what we really are. Like we all have this big job to do within this realm. And those supposedly astrological charts that they do on us can be in the favor of the beast on what they want us to do within the realm or what we want to manifest in the realm. But the astrological charts will only manifest, help us manifest what we want to manifest in the world realm as an indigenous being, not just through they 3D, not just, oh, I was taught this, this is 3D, this is wealth, this is what wealth is, this is what physical beauty. No, what we want to manifest within our own realm as health, wealth, beauty, and things, but outside of what they've given us as a three-dimensional um, structure for this is your sign, this is what your sign is, this is what your sign does. No, you way deeper than that, baby. You way deeper than what they say a Virgo is and does.
That's why I make sure I say traditional Virgo because there's Virgo,
Mm-hmm.
some traits, and then there's the traditional one where that one Virgo has all the traditional traits. That's who I believe that I am, a traditional Virgo.
Right, right. So, what is the Virgo really here to do?
The Virgo is here to analyze everything, even even myself, which I'm not so good at analyzing myself, but I do a bang up job on everybody else. Okay, so my specialty is in analyzations of everything. Everything is going under the microscope with me as a traditional Virgo.
Analyst.
Everything,
You would
everything.
be a CIA analyst all
Oh
day
yes,
long. I'd be like, I
I
got
am
a
an
target, I
analyst.
need intel, and I would get Yahsinni.
You
You
damn
would be
right.
my analyst. I mean, for real. Look,
You damn
that's what you
right.
just said.
Yes, absolutely. And
You
that's
would be my CIA, FBI analyst. Yahsee, I need intel on this
you know what?
subject.
I'm the most resourceful motherfucker that motherfuckers have ever met. Like whatever your problem, whatever I've got solutions because I've already analyzed it elsewhere.
Right.
Yeah,
Facts.
facts. So can you
Uh,
see that Taurus bracelet? You see that bull?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay, that bull is in red. Even though
Woo!
this is Santos Bonacci, it might should be in blue.
No, Taurus should be in red. I'm a go
Yeah,
bitch. They always want Taurus in blue, talking about red to
yeah,
hype us up. Anything to hype us the fuck up. Shit, the wind blow, I'm hype the fuck up. Red ain't got nothing to do with that.
yeah. Hmm.
Oh, that's beautiful. I want that one, goddess.
Oh my God! I just took them to the store today and see how they're gonna like these zodiacs. And then if they
You know
don't,
what I want, goddess? I want a armband like that, one that wrap around my upper arm.
well, that's just a matter of size. If you wanted to go
Ooh,
for
that's pretty.
but let me show you.
That's gorgeous.
Man, I made so many of these. Let me go back and show you this. Uh, shit, it's not gonna. Here, here's Virgo right here. Can you see this, Virgo?
It's it's on the screen too. It's under the Taurus.
Uh,
It's too small for me to see.
no, wait a minute. It didn't show up on that page.
Not the big, not
What
the
about
big part.
now? It still didn't show up.
I still
No.
see Taurus on the big. I still see Taurus.
Okay, so I would have to remove that and share this present screen. Yeah, I'm tapping into some great stuff, and it's
I
coming to
know.
me while I'm out astral projecting at night, or not night. It would be in day because I'm woke working at night. What about that? You see that?
Oh yeah, that's pretty. Is that citrine?
It is citrine, and this is what I got on now. This is the Virgo Virgin bracelet, and this is what I'm pushing now locally at these stores, and they're all on my Etsy page now. So nobody is doing this stuff. I'm looking around Etsy, and Etsy is filled with home crafts, and I'm seeing not seeing
Okay.
nothing like the stuff that I'm seeing here. Let me uh, let me stop this screen. Show you one more thing. Show this under Etsy under. Let's see. Oh, orders. My thought, my thought necklace. I can't make enough of them motherfuckers. I
Man,
can't.
you told me you was clearing them out. You was clearing them out, goddess, and I know
Mhm.
it because I got.
Uh,
I can't wait till our bazaar start. I'm gonna be your stuff gonna clear out so fast. Some of them already got
yeah,
matching to the outfits.
yeah, exactly.
Cause some of my stuff I perform in, I make my own outfits. I got to. Cause I don't want to look like nobody else on stage.
Right, exactly. You don't.
And I usually only perform during the spring and summer because I hate to be cold during the winter. So people barely see me over the winter.
Right. So can you see this necklace?
Oh yeah.
This is my thought necklace. I've sold 18 of them on Etsy within the last couple of years. So you see the greenness of this. Let me see what you can see. You see that
Yeah.
green?
Yeah.
Okay, and
With
then you
the
see on the other side is thought. If you look at the thought, it has a belly. Let me go back to the look. You see that?
oh wow.
Yeah, this is from a customer. I put that I put that green on their ass, and this is I've sold 18 of these. I'm making one tonight, but on all 18 have been on Etsy all this year, and I already know it. Like look for it every couple of days. This is in five people's cart right now. So I lowered my price by $5, and boom, I got a sale yesterday. And I'm sure the
Mm.
other the other four is going to sell too. But they love this. This thought right here is pregnant with a ibis beak, and this up here is a crescent moon. So thought is a moon god. Thought is a moon
Okay.
god. Okay, if you look at my Etsy page, let me get this out of here, and let me go like this. If you look at my Simply Stone Etsy page, which I'm about to show you right quick. I know I'm off subject for a little bit, but
It's okay.
okay. I hope it's that one. Simply Stone Etsy. Yeah. So you see what I'm. Can you see my Etsy page that I'm
Oh
scrolling?
yeah.
Let me see how big it's gonna be. Okay, yeah.
I see your copper colored glass paper, your Shango's bracelet, your
Okay,
Zodiac Black Scorpio bracelet, your Zodiac Red Taurus bracelet,
okay.
your Hootie bracelet. Mm-hmm.
So you see this Mayak bracelet? I mean necklace and earring set.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You see this? This is Anubis from the underworld. Let me click on it and see.
Oh.
Anubis is the jackal from the underworld. This is the dog where God spelled backwards is really the dog, and even so they
Mm-hmm.
even been jacking on that. They getting us to say
Mm-hmm.
God instead of dog, or the jackal of Anubis is the one who sits at the gate of my aunt and weighs like the heart against the feather. If this
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker says no, where you see it? Let me see.
Yeah.
If Anubis says no, then you don't get in. You don't get into heaven. So the people who need to get to heaven don't even know about Anubis or Mayat or any of the other polygods that we had going on before they made us into you know, just one God, monotheism. Before monotheism,
Right.
guess what? There was polytheism. Poly Poly gave us all the whole pantheon of gods to use whenever. Like if you know if you like if there was a Mexican bitch who there was a tornado headed towards her, and they could see it coming towards her. What she do? She went outside and had a conversation with it, and it moved along past her.
Right.
It's a true story. They have, I mean, they have it on the YouTube, the YouTube
Because
video,
they've taught us to fear nature when we should be interacting with it, conversing with it. We've
and
stopped doing that.
and we should be talking to a lot more things. Like when I'm sitting outside
Yep.
6 hours with the sun, I want my water out there. I want the sun to I want the sun in my bottle of water. I want the water to know that I'm expecting him to give me the best out of this water. Um, the reason why we need to talk to other things is because everything is made out of atoms. All atoms are alive and well, just like cells. They're intelligent, and we can speak. They can't speak. However, what they do is speak to us through a resonance frequency.
Right.
So if I'm acknowledging or giving thanks to or what you call it gratitude, if I'm giving gratitude to that tree that's sitting right there, or the sun that's beaming on me, or you know what I'm saying, we were
Yep.
taught not to do that shit or you're crazy. If you talk to
Well,
yourself,
I'd be crazy.
but check this out, I'm going to want to talk to myself because I'm going to be giving commands. Okay?
Straight facts, goddess.
How is you going to give your how your cells don't even know to listen to you? You never talk to them. You don't tell them what to do. You don't tell them how to heal. You don't tell them when it's time for them to heal or what they should be doing to you because you're scared that you're crazy.
And you don't know how to communicate with yourself. And that's why when people meet me and they learn like my medical history, and they damn near be looking at me like, ain't no way you should even be walking around, but they don't understand that I really had to learn how to talk and listen to myself, because it
Yeah.
ain't just no me. It's we are all symbiotes.
Yes.
When I was making my baby, my uterus has to travel the galactic to make the
Mhm.
contract for his soul, to make the contract for his genealogy, which genes through the bloodlines are they going to use? You see what I'm saying? That's work.
It is. It's
And
power.
we don't right. And we don't understand that type of power because we think all power is just pen and paper or guns or those who control the media. And
Mm-hmm.
we've taken those who have the real power and dissipated it to, oh, that's just your job.
Mm-hmm.
As if what we do isn't phenomenal, as if being an indigenous man isn't a phenomenal thing in itself. So we dissipate his power,
Mm-hmm.
as if being an indigenous woman isn't a phenomenal thing in itself. So we dissipate her power. We give them
Right.
these false programs, we give them this lack of education and expect them to walk in their favoritism, to walk in their grace, to walk in their
Yeah.
greater goodness, to
Right.
walk in their wholeness, and we're not whole.
Yeah. And it takes two old schools from off the block to let you even know that. You're not old.
Like, how are we going to get there?
Mm. Yeah, we're gonna have to climb that mountain. And what do they say about if Muhammad won't go to the mountain?
The mountain and come to Muhammad.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay?
Surely he's gonna be shot. Here you go.
Because that which I go ahead, goddess, I'm sorry.
No, we're gonna bring the mountain to Muhammad.
Yeah, because that which I seek is seeking me. And there are people out here seeking
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
They want this resonance. This is resonating with someone, with somebody who's ready to take the next step in consciousness and awareness.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Someone who's ready to say, okay, I've been thinking this way, I've studied this. I think this is taking me so high. Because there are a lot of things I feel like I studied before, and I felt like, well, it's only taken me so high. But then once my perception changed and my awareness became greater, I could go back to that and say, oh, now I understand what they meant. You
Mm-hmm.
see, because I think I had to read the law of bankruptcy. I don't know how many times for the Black's Law Dictionary, in the dictionary, and you see what I'm saying, and look up so many U.S. codes and just to
Yes,
understand what that document was saying.
yeah, yeah. Because they got it written in legalese, but you know, you know how many versions of the Bible they done did where they can easily take all that thee and thou shit out. Why keep
Yep.
all of that ancient language that only just confuses a motherfucker? This is why they can't read the Bible for themselves. Because all those these and thous. Take all that
Because they don't
bullshit
want you to read it. And see that was the purpose of Queen Elizabeth. You got to remember, and that's what I understand about that book you gave me about the Queen when she was doing the edification.
out. Oh yeah.
We weren't really ever supposed to read that book. They are always supposed to teach us that book. See, and that's what we don't understand. That's why there's always a preacher in the pulpit.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
and you only study what the preacher gave you to study.
Yes, goddess. Yes.
We were never supposed, think about it. When the Bible first hit, we were taught the Bible through oral edification. We
Yeah.
didn't have written edification. We didn't have reading edification of the Bible. We had oral edification of the Bible.
And check
And
this
how
out.
they taught it, go ahead.
If you were a Southern minister who couldn't read, why you still get to be a preacher?
Because you're going to teach it exactly the way they want you so that the people will be led exactly the way they
But
need the people
you
to
can't
be
even
led.
read. You can't read.
And they didn't need readers. They needed people who could get them riled up, believing in Jesus and paying tithes. You don't need to be a reader. You need to be a great orator to do the Bible. Because we're the great readers. Are we saying what the ministers are saying in that pulpit?
No.
So there's a difference between being a great reader and being a great orator.
Yes, 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 yes.
These ministers are not paid to educate you on that book, which is why the goddesses, which is why we're here doing it now, because they get paid to be the orators of the book, not the truth. That don't mean they're here to tell the truth.
But but
And like we said before, there's a difference between an orator and a teacher.
it's like it's so easy to see why the world is so confused and like it is because it's not just morals and values. It's more like things that should be important, like truthful things, like knowing the truth and being truthful in all your words, or as close to the truth as you can get to being uh, benevolent versus malevolence, being using the golden rule, meaning do unto others as you'll have. If you don't want shit to be done to you, then don't do that hell fuck shit to somebody else. Then it's like
But
we
they
just
don't know how.
they don't know, they don't understand the golden rule. They don't understand principles of other things. They definitely don't understand you. They don't even know that universal law exists. They don't
They
know
are
about
practicing universal law.
the law of correspondence. They don't know about the law of mentalism. They don't know about the law of genderism. They don't know about the law of rhythm. They don't know about none of this shit. So we come to teach you about these things that you don't know. That's what we're supposed to do.
That's
And
our
you're supposed
job.
to take that to your brother and tell him when you find it out, you're supposed to pass that along. Nobody's doing that because your brother can't hear you because they're so indoctrinated. It's like it's almost around. It's almost as if we're doing this for our health, except we know that just a little bird can get in there, make you question something or have an understanding about something, and then have you to ask questions about other shit and get to learn it and open up your motherfucking insights on everything. But for some reason, our people don't even like doing that. It's like they would rather just be stuck. And I know it's cognitive dissonance and all of that. I know why they are. It's the indoctrination and shit. But it's like
Well, it's not
so
just
many.
indoctrination. We have to understand that there are people, like I said on the live the other day, that look just like us, that are truly created and part of the system.
Mhm.
They're just here to confuse us, to make us think that if they look like us, they should be all on the same page as us. But that's not true. They have been
Okay.
committing crimes in what you call meat suits for the longest. And a lot of those meat
Plain
suits
meat
look
soup.
like us. A
Oh, meat
mask,
soups.
bodysuits, and lies. Just, I mean, how many times have anybody, Asian, Caucasian, Indian, just said, oh, it was a black person that did it? And everybody in this configuration got picked up, swooped up, or whatever, based on the word of somebody who was lying.
Mm. Mm.
So
Yeah.
we have to be aware that when we're talking about judges, lawyers, police officers who look like indigenous people, those are not indigenous people.
True.
We have to be aware that when we say cloning, we just don't mean the cloning of people who look like this, who have this complexion.
Mm.
They have this complexion too. You don't think there are people who look like this that are really cloned? Not
Yeah.
just the indoctrination. So if they're cloned, there is no getting through to somebody. In Star Wars, it was a movie called Attack of the Clones.
Mm-hmm.
And the clones kept their mask on because they all looked alike. They all looked like one person. But besides that, they had a order that was programmed into them.
Right.
Okay. And the order that was programmed into them was to kill all the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
The clones killed the Jedi under the order of the Emperor.
Mm.
Okay. So this order, they were already fighting out in the field with the Jedi alongside the Jedi as the Jedi's ally.
Mm-hmm.
When the order came through to suddenly stop fighting their enemy and kill the Jedi.
Mm.
You're dealing with beings that have been cloned. They're grown. Didn't we just discuss a baby born with three parents now, three chromosomes from three different
Yeah.
people to
Yeah.
prevent genetic disorders?
Absolutely.
So what kind of that's a program.
Yes.
We might not understand it that that's a program. Three different chromosomes from three genetic lines. It only
Yeah.
takes chromosomes from two genetic genealogies
And it's worse than
to
that because that third that third DNA that they added was the mitochondria Eve gene. The
so
mitochondria
that mean
DNA. Yeah. The
so that
mitochondria.
means they're adding mitochondria Eve gene, our chromosome, to their created
Yes.
female Eve
Yes.
seeds.
Yes, goddess. Yes, goddess. Because when the black male gives up his sperm into the European female, there is no mitochondria Eve because the black man doesn't have the privilege of transferring the mitochondria Eve gene to his white bitch. No, or black
Or
bitch.
to their seed, or
Transfer.
to their
Guess
seed.
who? Guess who has the sole specific um, duty to transfer that mitochondria Eve DNA? Yeah, and you're not getting it unless you came to the black woman to get it. So, black man, you can jack your sperm all you want into that white woman, but she's not gonna have the mitochondria Eve gene. I promise you, she won't. And listen, what they're doing now. So they'll go get it. They'll go get it
So check this out.
and put it in the baby. That's it.
In the in the earlier 2000s in New York, in the state of New York, I believe, it was a whole Jewish community that had got busted for medical fraud, Medicaid fraud.
Okay.
You know, you can only have so much employment to qualify for health insurance, state health insurance, and Medicaid, right?
Yes.
Well, they were saying that they were getting way less than employment that they were gaining so that they could get the Medicaid and the state medical, state Medicaid. Come to find out, this cluster, this Jewish community cluster, and you can Google this, had one of the highest rates of birth defects within the community. And it was costing them more than they rich asses could even afford to keep the care of the children.
Mm.
So wouldn't that be one of the first communities that qualifies for that uh, process we were just talking about, gaining the mitochondria Eve gene. If you
Yeah,
have defective genes, wouldn't that community
you would think.
benefit from that kind of science? See, now that's the kind of science we need to. And who was they getting the mitochondria Eve gene from?
The only person that they could, somebody with the
See what I'm
mitochondria
saying?
and the
The
black
Jewish community who has done is surviving because of our mitochondria Eve gene.
one.
And not only that, they raping the United States economic system fraudulently for stuff that they don't even qualify for.
Yeah, yeah,
But we're the ones that's getting it. We're the ones on the system. But you got a community that's 10 times richer than Detroit, I'm sure,
mm,
lying to qualify for medical services for the state
mm-hmm.
because your community's genetic well-being is in danger.
Yeah,
Their whole communities, that means all the children's genetic well-being is in danger.
yeah,
So that's why you always have these ongoing um, articles, new CRISPR, new stem cell research, new Elon Musk, some kind of device, splicing, in vitro fertilization. They got something for something,
yeah,
something for ADHD,
yeah,
something. I mean, they got something for
yeah.
all kind of genetic anomalies, and that was the purpose, truly, of this genome project of mapping the whole world's genome,
Mm-hmm.
because these beings are an ongoing experiment.
Except, except that um, our DNA is changing with the Earth.
Right, which is why they're always continually mapping us,
Right, right.
because they want to know which genes can they put in them for strength that we have. What makes these niggas this strong to be able to do this? They want to see which genes help us live in the sun better,
Mm-hmm.
but live in the sun better without changing complexion. They don't stay. They still don't want to be as dark as we are, but they still want that ability.
Right.
So this is the purpose of them always gene editing and studying genes,
It
getting
is.
the best out of the genes and then splicing it into their inferior
Check this out.
DNA.
Check this out. All the nature stuff, the natural stuff, they they can't they can't synthetically arrive at the natural things like melanin, carbon, mitochondria, Eve. They
That's
can't
why it's called organic.
they can't do synthetic mitochondria. They can't do synthetic melanin. They can't do synthetic none of that shit. And
That's why.
this is what their problem is. This is what their problem is, and this is what our problem is because to get that melanin in those jars as a pill that you take to go to sleep, they have to get that from the skin of a person with melanin. There's no synthetic way to create melanin. Okay, so when we're saying why we always being killed, why everybody hates us and all that shit, what they're doing is they're open air penal colony against the melanated being because they need us. They don't they're not gonna make this in the lab. They're not gonna take a sample out of us and recreate it in the lab and do their whole we got a lot of melanin now. No, every fucking melanin that they got to make something out of has come from a human being's flesh. It's come from our flesh. Yeah, You're not making no synthetic melanin. You're not making no synthetic art, um, um, mitochondria Eve shit. You're not none of that shit. Okay. So this is the problem going on. While they're mining the earth to that for the stones and the frequency of the stones, the magnetism uh, that's in there. But ain't nobody going, ain't nobody got it going on like the humans, us. Nobody's got it going on like us. What are you really mining? Us. When the Bible is talking about the ribos, or he created Eve from Adam's rib, that rib, that rib is motherfucking that rib is short for ribose, which is ribonucleic acid, or RNA. Up until like 10 years ago, we didn't even give a fuck or know about no motherfucking RNA. What the fuck? We were stuck in DNA, and now we know there's an RNA. What is RNA? Memory. What? Memory?
Right.
Yeah. Now we know. Now we know that all the things that you need, guess where it's coming from? Us.
Everything.
Yeah, there is no synthetic
Everything.
shit. Nothing. There's no synthetic lab on RNA, or the real DNA, nor any of the melanin or carbon or none of that shit. You got to come directly to us. Unfortunately for you, we know that now.
Mm-hmm.
We know it.
Yeah. Because the synthetic is poisonous. It kills people.
Right. Because it's
Everything they
GMO.
create
It's
that's
GMO.
synthetic.
Yeah. So what happens is you you negate the molecular structure. Soon as you go in there and touch that shit, the molecular structure is damaged. You've done damage.
Because you removed it from source.
That's right. That's because there's nothing natural now. Now we in the lab. We're in the lab. And ain't none of that shit adding up in the lab. None of it. Okay? That's why I put out the paperwork um, and the patent on how to get your you can't get synthetic, you can't get it in a synthetic form. And so the paper is really on how we really uh grasp this motherfucking shit, and that is you got to get it from the source. That means when you see melatonin in your store, it's not synthetic, and it's dangerous to take because they don't know how to measure that shit. They can't measure that shit. And so you could be taking too much melanin. You could be doing too much. And that's the danger of it. The danger of it is we've no idea what we constructed. But take it. Take it. If you need to sleep, take some melatonin. Even though we don't know what the dosage is on how much melatonin you should be taking. Okay? We got their ass. You need us. You need us badly. And now that we know that, we should deny you of everything that you need from us. That's all we got to do is deny your ass. Like
But
stop
there's too many of us out there. We're being taught
killing our sons. Stop killing them. Stop killing us.
that integration and love your enemy, turn the other cheek. So as long as we're being taught that, they're always going to share their essence of who they are with these foreign entities. They don't
Yes.
want to accept that these are really foreign entities among us, and that we shouldn't be doing nothing with them.
Yeah, and we shouldn't. And we definitely shouldn't be letting you use us to create food for your people that are GMO down anyway. You're just not going to get the same thing from your GMO product. And that's what we were saying about the dogs. The dogs, you don't even have the decency to shit on this earth. Get that shit up. Get this shit up quick. It's the law. The law now knows that dog shit is poisonous to the fucking earth. Get it up. And if you catch
That's
that dog
horrible.
sitting somewhere and it just left it there, call the police. They left this dog shit on the earth plane that's rotten
They're
and
breaking
corroding.
natural law,
Corroding.
and that's why they shouldn't feed them that. Because the pet food got euthanasia in it already. So the pet food
Right.
kills the animal slowly.
And I'm so
But
glad that Clyde put out his video on um bestiality, and I hate to say that word, but bestiality is going on, and it's not illegal in all 50 states. It's not.
they got articles up of people marrying their pets
Hey,
and stuff.
Canada,
Woman marries her dog. Man, I
Canada,
was like, what?
you can marry your animals like a motherfucker, but you can't penetrate them. So who the hell fuck is going to know that? Who's gonna know if you penetrated your dog? No,
Or if
really.
your dog penetrated you,
For you to be charged with, for you to actually
because
go to
that's
jail.
disgusting. Just the thought of that alone is just
Girl,
twisted. But
imagine
like
when
I
I
said, they put it out proudly. They got articles about, oh,
10 years ago I made a video called "Bestiality is Legal in Some Places in the United States." That was the title. And when I showed you the law. I showed you where what part makes it criminal and what part makes it not criminal. If you penetrate your dog, you have broken the law. But if you just lay up and kiss and love your dog like it's your man or some shit, that part is not illegal. And some
wow.
bitch even married her dog legally.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I was talking about. You can pull it up. It's an article.
Yeah, and that's some sick ass shit though. You can't find a mate of all these different human species in the world, and you tell your dog to mate.
Because they're all created entities. They're all created.
Yes,
Those
yes,
that can perform like that within the realm without shame are really telling you that's who and what they are.
they are. They are telling you that. They are saying that. Hey,
Because as much as I love California, it was too much wild, crazy, out of hand sexual stuff going on there. And don't get me wrong, it's going all over the realm because they plotted it to be that way. But it lets you
yeah,
know that in certain areas they really put the programming down so tough. It's like they go way beyond natural law of what is sexuality. What is the sex act? Whom you can perform it with. There's a natural law of those things, and they've stopped following it. And the ones that we think are not following really are, because they really are those things. They just have different bodies. That's why I said there is no female of whatever the species is.
right.
So you got to think, if there's no female of the species, sexuality for them is different from us, because
Absolutely.
there's a male and a female of a species, and there's natural law who we can have sex with, how we can have sex. You see what I'm saying? That there are certain things we're going to follow. So because you have a species that encountered us, number one, it mimics us.
Mm.
You see, and then number two, it turns around and it can't follow the moral code that we have as a species on how to treat, respect, grow, love this body.
Mm-hmm.
See, there is no female of their species. So how would they really know how to treat the woman of this realm? Yet they wrote a book about laws that I should follow.
Mm. Right.
How can a species that doesn't have a natural female species of its kind teach another species how to be a woman, when to be a woman, what to look like as a woman,
Mm-hmm.
when it doesn't even have a natural? It's so unnatural that now even the male it created to mimic my indigenous complement, the man, the Homo sapien,
Mm-hmm.
it it doesn't even mimic him anymore. Quite a while ago, it started doing the transgender thing, the transvestite thing, because they were
Mm-hmm.
bringing it out in the movies. Tootsie, how old is Tootsie?
Tussy.
Yeah, he was wearing a dress in Tootsie.
Right.
Robin Williams, he did a dress in
I thought it was Dustin.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, wasn't that Dustin Hoffman?
Yes.
Okay.
So we got to remember at some point, this beast is going to show you it does not have respect for any of us
Right.
because it doesn't even really look like us. These are just copies. And this is why I am so passionate about teaching the Bible the way I teach it, because they have to understand we're dealing with an entity that is only mimicking us in form,
Yeah.
that it only mimics our nature to the best of its ability,
Mm.
but it has no moral foundation when it comes to us and what it does to us because it is not us.
Yeah.
So I have a disagreement when I see a lot of spiritual people come on and say, "Oh, love everybody." No, that's the beast. Because he's been teaching us for years to turn the other cheek, and our reward is always after.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. I saw it leading up to it, but let's see what happens. We done covered a lot of shit. We've covered a lot of shit. And the reason is because this is what we do. We don't need a topic, and we definitely don't need a PowerPoint presentation. We do that for your convenience. But in the real world, any topic we're on or having is worthy to be seen by many and to wake them the hell fuck up so they can further wake up somebody else. We do this because this is what we do. We love this because this is what we do. Okay? I am going to put out my rant video because it's what I do. And I'm overdue. And I haven't been appreciating my channel like I should. And I've been working mostly on my jewelry. But I haven't forgot about you. We're gonna get this thing right. We're gonna hook this thing up for real, for real. Okay. And while I hope that Selena comes back, uh, we're 2 hours, we're damn near 3 hours in, and I'm gonna see. In fact, let me do some of this. Let me see if I can give it to you. Uh, Video clips, background, background music. Uh, Damn it. Wow. So I'm gonna play this.
To the goddess, Yahsinni of Yahsinni.
Yeah, buddy.
Ashe. Yeah. Oh my goddess.
Yeah.
I wonder if you told me that I couldn't fly, could I have spread my wings to meet the sky? If you hadn't told me I can't do magic, would I need money for clothes and gadgets? Would I need a job if I called the stars, the sun, the moon, or Mars? No, I don't think so. I was here before as queen of the Nile. You told me not to think like that lest I be wild.
Yes, I'll be
I wonder
fine.
if I never listened to you or followed my mind and pursued my dreams that you said would never come true. Yet I had powers that I never knew. I practiced religion created by man, an image of God in the form of you, man, a God demoted to human status. I followed the programs and the apparatus. Instead of searching for the
Yeah.
God within, I searched outside for the savior of
Oh
sin.
my goddess.
Yeah.
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 Oh my
I wonder,
goddess. Yeah.
I wonder
Goddess.
if,
Oh my
My
goddess.
I wonder if you never told me I couldn't fly, could I spread my wings to meet the sky? If you hadn't told me I can't do magic, would I need money for clothes and gadgets?
close
Would I
gadgets.
need a job if I caught the stars, the sun, the moon,
This
or
time.
Mars? Oh, I don't think so. No, no.
Hey.
I wonder if,
When me looking at your eyes, my belly full of butterflies and
yeah,
traditional
I
love.
wonder
You
if,
He's glad.
deserve the flies all of me
before, when I was queen of the Nile, you told me I was wild. Yeah, I shouldn't have listened to you. I should have pursued dreams that you said never come true. That I had powers I never knew.
Oh my God, it's yeah.
Now I no longer just wonder if, how, and why they stole my gifts. And who is they that I speak of? The ones who fit just like a glove. One of the names starts with Gov. The fallen ones, devoid of love. Think,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
think
yeah.
about that. Yahsinni, Music Land.
You are the best,
I
you are the
wonder
best,
if,
you are the best. Oh my God, yes. Oh
oh,
my God, yes.
I wonder, I wonder.
Hey, to the laws of
Oh,
nature.
uh,
Hablando of no behavior, plural cells until we Jesus our Savior. Tell
yeah.
that woman to man,
Say
and
it.
say that no wrong. You know, see them and Lucifer a whole conversation.
Oh,
Who them want bring down in a condemnation, only males to female attract procreation.
yeah.
Babylon, you an
So,
abominable
so,
destruction. Only
so.
righteousness can exalt a nation. But sin is
I
a
wonder,
reproach to any man. Some of the seven
I
and
wonder
in
if,
nothing, no. Some African, so nothing for the matter. You are what them offering. They just need two music to be the perfect matching. We got to
Eh,
talk to Bumbo Rascal. Then I could use this job when they open the extra.
down, press a man.
You don't know this is music and music, man. Coming straight from music land. Check out the laws of nature. I will not have no behavior. Put on a service and tell me Jesus how we savior. Not talk about man to man and said that no wrong. You know see them and Lucifer at all conversation. Who them want bring down in a condemnation. On the male to female attract procreation. Babylon the run of abominable destruction. Only righteousness can exalt a nation. But sin is a reproach to any man. Some of the similar in a sin no love Africans. So nothing for them I tell you are what them offering. Them just need to music to be the perfect Latin. We have to talk to Bongo Grass Cat. Then I got you to stop when they open the extra. But he who exalt himself shall be abased, and every white eyes will get erased. Yes, hey, down, press some man. Where you gonna run to? Down, press some man. Yes, down, press some man. Tell me where will you run? On that day,
I had a talk to myself, and we talked about myself. I promised only to tell the truth I shall reveal. See, I found a God particle. No, I didn't find it in an article. It's in my DNA. 1,000,000 years with no decay. It was dormant and inactive, but now it's proactive. I turned it on and found the key to the kingdom inside me. It got disguised by the man, you know, the one who lacked melanin, who knew of God's plan for the original man. Colonization and domination and the evasion of original population.
tell me yes, and them bubble have no man, so me drop some quotation control here rather. They still a one like say them a bad man. Me chant them with some poetry from you, Namasan. Me know say them not with the correct and justice. So me have to send the beat attached at me musical list. Yeah.
Oh, down press a man. You can only stand on my people's back when they all lack knowledge of wealth, knowledge on health, knowledge on death, and knowledge of self.
Run on that day, yes. Check out the laws of nature. How I not have no behavior, but we strengths until we Jesus how we savior. Let talk about man to man and say that no wrong. You know, see them and Lucifer a whole conversation. Who they want bring down in a condemnation. On the male to female attract procreation. Babylon the run of abominable destruction. For the righteousness can exalt a nation enough. Sin is a reproach to any man. Some of the similar in a sin, no love Africans, so not take what them a tell you or what them offering. Them just need two buzzing to be the perfect Latin. Hey, me have to talk to Bumbo Rascal. Then I got you to stop.
Yeah, the colonization and the domination and the evasion of original population oppressed every nation with melanation, by extermination, or the plantation.
Me know say them no deal with equal rights and justice. So me have to send the beat attached to the music up. Listen, tell them. Down press a man, yes. Where you gonna run to?
Down press a man. You can understand.
Yes. Down press a man. Tell me where will you run?
Knowledge of
On that day,
knowledge of
on that day,
knowledge of
on that day,
and knowledge of self.
on that day, on that day.
Hush.